pushing limits, seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions. And battles in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise. And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
Seizing victory.
when victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
Final stone. Does he have it? Yes, he does! What a shot! John Schuster! Oh my goodness! A third of a rock!
We gotta not kill that. It's gotta just be in the catch zone.
I mean, my gut is like hack to board and just roll 3 feet. 2 feet.
Yeah? Yeah, I think it's probably just hack.
You're always touching the 6.
I don't know that this leaves the 4-foot with hack.
Really good spots for the I think John's in a situation where he needs to send it to the regular spot.
Yeah, instead knows just it's gonna go spinning. This actually might catch 2 and just leak back. I think it does. Okay, so it might, yeah. Close to that.
Extra focus of the players, because sometimes you just couldn't hear yourself thinking.
Yeah.
We needed to like use signs and show what we meant instead of just shouting out the number. They just hit roll kind of thing. You had to show everything. So that added another level, I guess, to our game. After that, we could move better when the crowd is loud or when you can't hear as well.
Johnson on this one here. Can't hear yet for Line ever. No, they like Line. Now doesn't have the speed. They like the Line, doesn't have the speed. They're going hard for Line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Hyland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise. And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
Seizing victory.
when victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions. at the pinnacle of thrilling and battles in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise. And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
Seizing victory.
when victory hangs in the balance.
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared. I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
Final stone. Does he have it? Yes, he does! What a shot! John Schuster! Oh my goodness! A third of a rock!
We gotta not kill that. It's gotta
Yeah.
just be in the catch zone.
I mean, my gut is like hack to board and just roll 3 feet. 2 feet.
Yeah? Yeah, I think it's probably just hack.
You're always touching the 6.
I don't know that this leaves the 4-foot with hack.
Really good spots from Bowen.
I think John's in a situation where he needs to send more from record.
Yeah, if it's dead nose, it's gonna go spinning. This actually might catch two and just leap back. I think it does. Okay, so it might, yeah, close to dead.
Focus of the players, because sometimes you just couldn't hear yourself thinking.
Yeah.
We needed to like use signs, show what we meant instead of just shouting out a number or like play this hit and roll kind of thing. We had to show everything. So that added another level, I guess, to our game. After that, we've been a little better when the crowd is loud or when you can't hear as well.
Johnson on this one here. Can't hear yet for line ever. No, line like line. Now doesn't have the speed. They like the line, doesn't have the speed. They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
Last draw.
Yep.
8th in. From the Giants. Isabel Morano.
Yep.
Hello, curling fans, and welcome inside the Sleeman Center here in Guelph, Ontario for continuing coverage of the WFG Masters. It's Draw 10, the third game on the docket. For the two teams we have facing off today, Sungyoon Ha from South Korea facing off against Kayla Skrlik from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Should be a great game. Both teams looking for their first win here in the competition. So this is a stay alive game for both of these teams. Obviously, we know at a slam, if you drop to 0-3, that is a disaster. You are going to be out of the tournament. So must-win game for both of these teams here today. John Cullen with you as always. I will be joined by Brent Lang, but we have quite a crowd here this morning at the Sleeman Center, so he's trying to find his way into the arena. The parkade was backed up. Here he is just walking in right now as we get ready to rock the intros. Games are starting a little bit later because of Sportsnet, so I'll let you take in the sights and sounds of the arena. I'll let my partner Brent Lang get settled, and we'll be back with you in a couple. All right, welcome back inside the Sleeman Center. Handshakes between these two teams. We are ready to get going. As I said off the top, a must-win game for both of these teams sitting at 0-2. Curling out of Chuncheon, South Korea will meet the Team Ha. Seungyeon Ha is at skip. Hee-Rin Kim is at third. Tae-Yong at second. And Soo-Jin Kim at lead. And Kayla Skrlik, her first ever Tier 1 slam, along with her sister Ashton. They are curling out of Calgary, Alberta. Skip is Kayla Skrlik. Third is Margot Fleming. Second is Jerry Lynn Ramsey. And lead is Ashton Skrlik. And Brent Lang, you've been in probably a few of these games before. How does it feel, sitting at 0-2, also knowing your opponent's sitting at 0-2? I'm imagining this game's going to have a bit of a playoff feel here this afternoon.
You're suggesting the energy of a C semifinal?
That is the energy I am suggesting, yes.
Deep, dark hole of a curling club somewhere in the prairies of Canada. I have been in lots of these games, unfortunately, but good news is somebody's going to win.
Yep.
Somebody's going to be alive, and somebody's going to be in the karaoke division.
Well, Team Skrlik starting with the hammer here.
Yes, if you're coming to the rink today, come earlier than I did. It's about an 11-minute drive. It took me 30 minutes. It took me like 15 or 20 minutes to get the last 250 meters.
Yeah, it's the start. You think, can I just park my car in the middle of the road and walk, or what?
Yeah, just write a nice note, leave the keys in it.
Yeah, that could be good.
It did get the insurance. Does it cover that? Abandonment?
I think that's one of the. I think that's one of the clauses in the contract. Oh, we're actually seeing Jerry Lynn Ramsey throwing lead here this morning. I don't know when that change took place, but normally see her throwing second stones, so I guess we'll see Ashton at second. Jerry Lynn typically holds the broom as well. But yeah, I went through the same thing. I got here at about 10 to 11. This game started at 11:30 local time. And the line to get into the parkade was so long, I thought maybe the game was at 11. I was like, oh, did I screw
Panic
up?
time.
And I was panicking. And then I realized, okay, well, I guess I'm all right. But yeah, it was not easy. A lot of fans out here in Guelph. We're seeing the arena slowly start to fill up as the week goes on here. I think they're anticipating some pretty big crowds here on the weekend for the playoffs, which is great to see. I know that you've played in a lot of these slams in the suburbs of Toronto. It tends to be a tougher sell for some reason in southern Ontario, but this is encouraging. Nice to see the big crowds out here in Guelph.
Yeah, Guelph is a curling town. They have a very healthy curling club, and I don't know if you saw, you were here in the arena on Monday night too. They have no shortage of volunteers. I know that, and I'm going to guess, John, that 89% of the people in the building right now we can't see because they're watching this home and Anerson game underneath us.
That's right. Yeah, definitely. Home and Anerson, the Sportsnet feature this morning. So if you're in Canada, you can tune in, watch that game on Sportsnet or Sportsnet Plus. Maybe have us on your computer alongside.
I would do the opposite. I have us on the big screen, but have both
good
for
point.
sure.
Good
for
point.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for the first picture on social media of somebody watching all the games, all three streams, and then the Sportsnet feature.
Yeah, we haven't seen the quad box yet. I have seen people with 2 or 3 screens, but yet to see the full box. Well, especially now, too, because we have the full house coverage on Home Team
True,
now. So
making
you can,
it too easy.
Yeah, we're making it too easy. You can watch all the games at once on one screen.
Well, and in order to watch the game, you got to give your kids their iPads, so you can't have all 4 iPads in the house.
Good point.
Right?
Also a good point, yeah.
A good start here for Team Skrlik. Cameraman's not making it easy to see, but it looks like a couple of reds kind of locked in there, but there is a yellow behind the guard as well. Nice to see the offense right off the hop.
Yeah, I was saying that before the game to one of the volunteers up here in the press box. We've watched a few Sung Yun Ha games now. They're not afraid to have rocks in play. They're a young team, fearless. They like to mix it up, and I think they'll have a willing dance partner in Kayla Skrlik too. She's one of those skips, young, loves the game, and also loves to make the big shot. So
she does make a ton of big shots, and the highlight reels I've seen of some of the. Was it a provincial final? She made a crazy draw to
thin double.
Oh right,
yeah,
a couple of years ago, and so just looking for the big breakthrough. This is a solid breakthrough, getting to the slams in a year like this when there's so many good teams playing.
Yeah, they've had a tremendous year on tour. They have 2 wins. They won in Martinsville in Saskatchewan. They also won in Okotoks, and they've qualified in every single event they've been in this year other than the Tier 2 Tour Challenge. So they were a Tier 2 team back in Charlottetown, missed the playoffs, probably thought, well, there's no way we're going to get to the WFG Masters now that we didn't win the Tier 2. And sure enough, have had a fantastic season. They've made 3 other finals in addition to their 2 wins. So, yeah, they've been really good. I think the addition of Margot Fleming has been really good for them. Obviously, we know Brittany Tran, a great player, and maybe just the mix wasn't quite right there. But Margot moving from playing with Carrie Galusha in the Northwest Territories down to Calgary, and it seems like it's been a seamless fit for them.
Yeah, Margot, we were talking to her last year, I forget where it was, and she basically was saying, I'm putting my hat in the ring all across Canada. I'll move anywhere for any top team. I just want to give this a shot.
Yeah.
Which is what it takes, especially when you're born in, certain places, or a job or school takes you off the main curling map in Canada. It's definitely easier to be born in Winnipeg or Southern Ontario or Calgary or Edmonton, Saskatoon or Regina. Anywhere outside of that, it's a little more difficult.
So we're going to see an early discussion here from Ha and Brent. Ha, also a team not afraid to take a timeout early. They love to take a timeout in the second or third end. They haven't called a timeout here, but they do love an early timeout. So we'll keep an eye on that too. But as you said, this is a pretty good setup here for Kayla Skrlik. And yeah, to your point about Margot, she told me that too, and kind of said, like, hey, maybe tell people that, because I was at the Scotties last year in Calgary, and she said, I'd love it if you could just put out there that I'm willing to move anywhere. I said, okay, sure. I think I tweeted something to that effect, and ended up with Kayla Skrlik. It's been a great fit. Yeah, she was up in the Northwest Territories doing her PhD, and I know you're familiar with a lot of things, but doing a PhD probably not one of them.
No, I'm not an expert in really anything. The closest is the sport of curling, which I'm going to guess a PhD is more valuable, but like financially, maybe not emotionally. I don't know. Again, not my forte. I got a PhD in procrastination. Does that count?
For something, probably.
Nothing good.
No, nothing
counts
good.
for a whole bunch of broken dreams.
So it looks like they're trying to jiggle the pile here, Brent.
I think they have to, because the rock that's really dangerous for them is actually that top 8 red one. That's might be 5th shot, but I'd be real worried about that one. Maybe this can just jiggle that. Okay, still advantage Team Skrlik, and with the hammer.
This is not bad for us at all.
Yeah, that red one over there that's my favorite red stone at the moment.
For now, normal. You probably play firm.
I think this is a good call. It looks like in the middle there. I think if Ha hits that yellow and they just kind of hit it with speed, it might ricochet off the yellow and then tick the one on the button and kill it, which would be good for Ha, but see if the hit and roll in can be made. Right to the button would be ideal. Picking the right weight for a flatter roll.
That's okay. It's just nose.
I will stick right there for Ashton Skrlik. Kayla continues to lie 1 with the hammer here.
Just too much ice. I didn't know if it was going to float or curl. Yeah.
Team Ha still trying to figure out a way. How do we get rid of some of these reds? I would consider hitting the yellow one and then rolling over to the shooter that Team Skrlik just played, and you might get lucky in the middle. You get that, John?
I heard it.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're playing a tap here. I think, they're thinking this will tap onto that red one on the button.
You are not a liar when you said no fear. This is first end and leaving 4 red rocks in the house. There's still 3 to come. So is the 8-ender dead? I think the 8-ender's dead. No, it's not. There's 4 to come. So, hey.
8-ender's still alive, baby.
This, if they can get the angles right, though, if they could tap it frozen, it would really turn into a steal.
I think Kathy King had an 8-ender at a slam once.
She did. The players in Calgary. Yeah. At the old, it was in the fairgrounds, like the Stampede grounds.
Okay,
they played in that. I forget what the arena's called. It might be just called the fairgrounds.
Yeah, it's like the Agriplex, maybe?
That could be it, yeah.
And this looks right.
I believe right after that game, we hopped on the Johnny Moe booze bus and went on a pub crawl. So they got to celebrate properly.
That sounds correct.
Johnny with the perfect timing as always. 8-ender? Yeah, I got a bus ready.
Yeah, with nose. This is going to set us up. I think it goes by.
This is where the angle reading is difficult, but super
For
important.
Sure goes. Nope, never touching that. Yeah, and then this maybe spills.
I think it's important to keep all 4 of the reds in the house so we can keep the 8-ender possibility alive.
Right?
It's really the only thing I care about at the moment.
She just threw 11-8, I think. Trying to get to nose. Control. 10-5.
I don't mind this call. Try and hit and stay. Punch out that yellow one top 4. I'd be worried where that red one, it's top 8, where it spins to. You'd want it to stay buried somehow and hope the angles work out, but see what Margot's got here.
First rock for Margot Fleming here in the very first end. We've got some action. Looking to remove this Yellowstone out of the 4-foot. Jerry Lynn's been on it out of the hand, though. And that's pretty good, I think.
Good weight choice. Yeah, it didn't spill open.
Looks like they're laying 3 as of right now. I do think our 8-ender dream might be dead, though.
Yeah, we can't convince him to just tap one into the pocket, eh?
Oh, I wish we could.
This looks good for Skrlik, but if this double is made right on the nose, they've got a bit of a problem. Yellows will be surrounding the top 8-foot and lying 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. the best first end I've seen this week, John. This is the first time I've seen you in the booth, but
I know. I feel disconnected this
Right?
week. We got our brand new teammate Chelsea Carey too. I haven't seen her once. I've been onboarding new commentators this week. I feel like that's been my job. I'm like HR. Been doing did Connor Negevins. Oh, we lost one. And also, that's really a bad result for Team Ha.
really unfortunate they didn't
Yeah.
make that double and kind of hooked that one a bit.
Yeah, really bad. I got to do Connor Negevin's first Grand Slam game. Vincent Stenberg joined me in the booth yesterday. It's been great.
Vincent's a pro. He sent over kind of an email like with a bit of a resume, and I was like, whoa, I don't know if we want this guy.
I don't want to. He speaks 2 languages, so that already
That's
puts
all
us
right.
behind the 8 ball.
That's intimidating. But yeah, he's done some like Olympic work and Swedish TV and
Yeah, he was telling me all about that yesterday. I said, "What do you do for work?" He said, "Well, I work in TV." I said, "Oh, okay."
all right, let's
Yeah.
switch spots here.
Yeah, exactly.
And Connor, I didn't get a chance to listen. I think that was when I was meeting with Nick and a couple of the curling group guys, but I've really enjoyed his timeouts this year in the games I've covered. And he had a bunch of really good ones again last night, so I was interested in his, and I saw your tweet there how he had some great comments, and that's not surprising.
So trying to get inside of this yellow, and that is pretty good, I think. I don't know.
Kind of opens up that freeze bump on that side.
I don't know if that helped him very much. I think those yellow rocks were helping them, no?
Yeah, I almost liked the hit and roll off the red one, which seems wrong, but
Yeah, you're right. This actually could open up a potential steal if Sung-Yoon Ha could make this.
those side 2 reds are good for one thing only, in-offs. Those aren't going to count because of that one buried top 8 that's out counting them. I mean, assuming she's going to draw one in the rings here. I think she's just playing the straight draw, which, again, fearless, but it's an easier shot. The tendency is to want to hit and roll, hey, John? But if you just freeze right on shot rock, it's never going out.
Yeah, no, I like this call. Like you said, it does bring in some danger. Yeah, if you ever racked on the center guard, you're in real trouble. But no, I like the call.
You put it out in the universe, and I said that top 8-foot one's going to be there all in, so she's going to wreck. They're going to make the double.
Score $1 million. Well, Sung-Yoon Ha, the world number 9 coming into this game. She's had a tremendous year, and it's partly for calls like this. Not afraid of anything out here. Tae Young trying to bring this one over. You got to get off of that yellow stone. Line looks good. Do they have the weight? Really good sweep. Doesn't get shot, but like you said, Brent, that one's not going anywhere.
You think we can get there? Sit on nose?
Oh, I think most times you just tap it and it gets better for them.
That's the only shot.
And then you could tap this.
I'm not sure. I don't like anything here at the moment. I think you might want to throw the intern perfect freeze, but then she can hit that yellow
Regardless
hard.
of whether I put it here, she has it.
Yeah, this is big
There
trouble
you go.
now.
Just tap.
Tap, hopefully. Or,
Well, the guard for the force.
well, then hopefully we have.
You better hope she doesn't make that intern
last
freeze
one.
if you
Freeze.
guard.
Like, right now she
You
has
don't-
the force.
You don't think you could?
I could get there. She's just gonna slash it, and
Yeah.
all 3 will go. I could try to play the tap on this that way.
Like, look how buried it.
Well, it's more.
Yeah, I
buried
really
that
think
way.
Okay.
they kind of screwed
Oh, you
themselves
mean
with
his
that
top
call
this
on
way.
Margot Fleming's second there.
Okay.
I totally agree, and the only shot I see that I almost like is if you could get by the center guard real tight and make that yellow double. At least then she can't hit it. She gets scared and maybe just says, "Okay, we got him forced. Let's guard the draw."
All right.
'Cause this looks
perfect
like-
freeze.
Okay,
We'll
let's
see if we can tap. Try to get T-line.
So they're trying to maybe get some separation, Brent?
Yeah, I
So
think
a little
that's
tap.
I think that's really smart. I mean, it brings in some trouble, but if you can get to the nose and tap it, and then there's a space for the yellow to go through. If you just straight freeze, as Kayla said, they'll just hit that yellow hard. So I'm reminded every time I commentate why I don't skip. I don't want to throw this shot. Rather sweep it.
Whoa, it's really hanging.
This looks a little heavy.
Line's close. Nice.
Nothing yet from Margot and Ashton. Margot's going to try to bring this over, but this looks heavy.
Don't leave a double.
A little uncertainty going on here, a lot of uncertainty.
No, nice.
So just maybe got a little too dialed into wanting to make the tap there, Brent, and just didn't quite catch the curl the way they hoped. And now this is looking like a real good steal opportunity for Sung Yoon Ha. If she could ever get there, that's lights out for Kayla in this end, I think.
If she taps this, it's almost a don't really shoot and give up a steal at 2. Like if she taps it 3 inches.
They wanted to go out of my hand.
Yeah, this end was looking very good for Kayla Skrlik for most of the way, but Sung Yoon Ha now with an opportunity to really put the screws to them. Like you said, Brent, I think if she makes this perfect, there's almost no shot to prevent a steal of 2. But she's got to make it first. Final stone here in the first.
Really got to hope she's light if you're Team Skrlik, I think. Classic case of too good too early. Front end set up too good. I mean, you are very familiar with that in your day.
Yep, that's right. Nothing yet from Young and Kim. Is this a little heavy too? They need it to curl. And I think that's pretty good. They're shot for sure, just 1. But could they do a little inside tap here for 2, Brent?
Yeah, if Red's second, there is a shot for 2. Super precise, but I'm not sure why they didn't try and curl that at all. She was ready.
Yeah. Yeah, no question. Tae was kind of hovering over it the whole time, but they never quite carved it.
Pretty much the same thing Kayla just threw.
Try to hit high side, right? Just like, or low side, just a little bit.
Yeah, don't want to be high for sure. It's just a draw to the button with a little sweep at the end.
So final stone, Kayla Skrlik just needs to push this yellow about half a foot to score 2. Similar line to her first one, though. This one needs to curl. Margot Fleming trying to bring it over. Can they bring it over far enough? Weight is pretty close. 5-2's a little light, maybe. And just doesn't have the weight. Pulls the string, and so it will be a steal of 1 for Sung Yoon Ha. Unfortunate for Kayla Skrlik. Had her opportunities, couldn't take them. They'll keep the hammer into 2.
How's the time?
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise. And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Well, Brent, there's lots of game to go, obviously, but I think for Kayla Skrlik, this is something they'll be thinking about for a little bit here. That was a pretty clear missed opportunity in the first end for them.
Yeah, and on the last one, that means two really tough shots for Kayla. Not what you're wanting to be looking at in the first, but after her first shot, she's pretty happy to throw that second one. And they just kind of fell in love with the line, as we were talking about in the break, and swept it to curl, and that does take a little bit of speed off. And I think if they just swept it a little bit straight, it would have been 2. Well thrown, and unfortunate result. But the positive is, and what they probably were talking about in between is, let's just set it up again. We were all over them there. Kayla's going to go straight to the corner guard. Meet some rocks in play, and this is living up to the billing of 2 aggressive teams, young and fearless. Maybe they don't have the scar tissue yet, or maybe they realize what most teams need to realize, if we're going to win at this level, we have to be comfortable with high-pressure shots almost all the time. So why don't we just play that way now and take our licks if we have to. But if we truly want to win these and not just participate, we're going to have to learn how to play like the best teams do.
Yeah, I think it's something I've really noticed, particularly on the men's side with the young European teams, Magnus Ramsfjell, Mark Muskatovic. I mean, you know, you talk about Muskatovic in particular, they're all 22 years old, aside from Mark, who's 27, but, you know, they love rocks in play. They're not afraid of anything at all, and they've kind of come into the slams and have been really, really good to start. And Ramsfjell right behind them. So, yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Brent. I think that's dead on. That's the way that it's the way you have to play. You have to get comfortable with it. And I think, if anything, if rule changes are going to keep happening in the sport, it's going to encourage even more rocks in play. You know, it's not like we're going to go from the 5 rock rule to the 4 rock rule. We're way more likely to go to the 6 or 7 rock rule. So you might as well, you know, learn it now, get comfortable with it now. I think that makes a huge difference.
I don't think that the curling group, and specifically curling czar Nick, are going to allow more defense.
No, I don't believe so.
And I don't think that anybody in their right mind wants more defense.
No.
I'm going to get, come at me at Twitter. That's fine. I like getting yelled at anyway. At BLang99, tell me why defense is better.
Lots of room. We have no backing right now.
Well, you know, people are always saying their favorite score in a soccer game is 0-0. So.
Right? Just epic defense and just the, I don't know soccer very well. And,
or football, people love a 9-6 game. No touchdowns, only field goals.
Just keep that soccer ball right around the half. That's what people really want to see. Some crisp, hard passes and turnovers in the middle of the field.
No shots. Just a lot of good midfield play, good passing, absolutely. So nice shot there from Jerry Lynn Ramsey. Didn't quite curl as much as they were hoping to. You heard Jerry kind of say shoot because the weight was perfect. Just didn't get exactly the angle they wanted. And this will be a follow down for Tae Young.
John, I heard a rumor there might be an exciting announcement today. I don't know if it's out there yet, so we can't talk about it, but we're gonna.
Yeah, I think next end maybe we'll talk about it. I think next end we'll get that dialed up. But yes, there is a very exciting announcement coming up. So yeah, we'll tease it. Third end.
Ooh, nice.
If you're with us, stay with us. The start of the third end, we've got some very big news for you.
Might even get a visit from Nick. I don't know if he's even back in town yet, so I shouldn't sell that yet.
He is here, I do believe. Yeah.
I know he had to run off and he had some meetings yesterday.
Yeah.
That guy, I always wanted more than 24 hours in a day, and somehow I think he has 36.
I think he's figured it out.
He has, yeah. Probably involves not sleeping.
I think that's part of it, yeah.
That was never my plan.
So the nice shot made by Tae Young. Ashton Skrlik trying to run now, but that will drive by the pile, end up being a straight peel. Ha still lying the one here without hammer.
Stick with the guard. I think a lot of young teams would peel the corner guard, but the angles in the house are quite good for Team Ha, so I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
It should drag right, but I read stays. 8-4. Yeah.
So Kayla's talking about it. If we do have the out-turn side, maybe we can get both yellows, and maybe the red will stay in the house. Looks like it probably will.
I gotta switch watches here, I think.
Got a broken watch situation.
Well, you know what they say about broken watches?
They're right twice a day?
That's right.
We're just in sync. We didn't even write that down.
Yeah, we're both old enough that was something people said when we were younger.
Yeah, when we try to say we were right about something.
Yeah, exactly.
Need to make some contact here, make some noise. Any kind of noise is probably better, but not any kind. You could plant this, which wouldn't be very good. I'd love to save the corner guard too, even if it doesn't make contact.
And again, that will drive by the pile for Ashton Skrlik. Does hang on for a corner guard.
That corner guard coming in has the angle that could set up a shot for 2. That one coming in would save the middle red for sure. And I think even if you just straight on hit it as we're looking at it on the out-turn side and blasted it, it would stay. I think did I use our telestrator too much last night? I broke it?
So when Tyler uses it, it's the Tyler Strader.
I saw that.
Yeah, when you use it, it's the Telling Strader.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought about that last night while I was laying in bed. Well, we're going to need a name for everybody that uses this thing.
Good for you for admitting you gave that thought and that's what you came up with.
Hey, I'm an ideas guy. It's kind of what I'm known for.
Another perfect guard. And if you're Team Skrlik, do you think maybe we need to switch gears here? What about an out-turn freeze?
I don't mind shaking this angle up and
Yeah,
rolling.
that would be
Do you
good
like
too.
playing like 12 at it?
I like the game Kayla's called so far. I haven't seen her play a lot.
I like watching Kayla a lot. I think she's a team I've seen quite a bit over the years. Obviously, she lives in Calgary, as do I, but seen her at the Best of the West and some of the streaming that I was doing before I got this job. Called a lot of Kayla's games. And yeah, like I said off the top, fearless, has a great attitude towards the game, loves to swear. So you know that
she's looking for more streaming time.
She is, yes. She actually, back when I was streaming with Curling Live, we used to do a swear jar. If you swore on stream, you had to pay $10 to the Sandra Schmirler Foundation.
Okay.
Kayla Skrlik had the single game record in a game that she won 10-4. So
see, I'm liking her more and more.
And it wasn't because she was saying like LFG or anything like that. It was because she was mad at the shots they did miss in a game that they won. It was an A qualifier as well, so she should have already been in a good mood going into it. But somehow, found her way to the swear jar. I think she's personally funded a NICU unit through the Sandra Schmirler Foundation.
I might hear some swear words here soon because that didn't work out very good. Needed the shooter to kind of stay on there or needed to hit it harder to kill that back one and move the yellow one off the red. If they freeze another one top four here, we're not going to say a word. We're going to hear what Kayla has to say about that.
I thought we might get the second end Ha timeout there, but they've resisted so far. Usually the timeouts come from the bench as well for this Ha team. The coach will call the timeout.
I can do that from the bench?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good to know.
You didn't know that?
No, I kind of did, but I've not been given that authority anyway, so nor do I want it.
Yeah, no, that's legal out here.
There's a few illegal things that go on, including talking during, and there's some standing up and calling shots by coaches for certain teams. This looks light. That is at the very least frowned upon.
That's true, yes. Yeah, just a little bit light there, unfortunately, for Hirin. But it's not a bad spot, really.
Did you ever play this?
I think you need to blow up the middle for sure.
We have to. Saturday we play the same thing through. It's not terrible.
You could get shot, but then they're going to play the same freeze. I don't think you want to do that.
I don't mind the same thing.
Okay.
This is what I told you, baby. They are not afraid of anything here. They're going to mix it up.
Okay, if this is made, which is very makeable, you're going to lie first and probably, depending on the weight, you're probably going to kill that mostly. So you're going to lie first, third, and fourth, which is great. But if they make that intern freeze, you're going to give up a steal.
Really similar. Yep.
So Margot Fleming thought she was a little tight, called Jerry Lynn on early. Certainly cannot rack on the guard here.
Looks like she's doing a good job holding it.
Yeah.
On the top one, though.
Oh, good try from Jerry Lynn Ramsey, but that was tight all the way for Margot Fleming, and this is starting to get a little dangerous in here. If you're Team Skrlik.
Down to skip stones, and that's probably like noseable almost. Need to be a little bit careful. I know because that side red one is fourth shot. If you ever left the double here and didn't kill the red, all of a sudden it's going to turn into a scary situation for which He's just going to freeze. I like this. Just freeze bump. Keep it lined up. We're loading up for something in the booth. I think there's royalty coming.
Uh-oh. Hey, we did say third end. Big things are happening.
Bringing out the gold headphones with the crown. Is Trump coming?
I hope
Okay,
not.
because now it's sort of SOL. We play the run, and it could jam.
Oh, come on. The ratings will go through the roof. So I think she's just playing like a T-line, maybe realizing if I don't kill it and I don't save the shooter or I leave a double, it could get kind of dicey. That looked tight and light, too.
Yeah, Young and Kim picking this up right out of the hand.
Talk to me about, especially the Korean teams, and how close their feet and shins are to the
It's
block when they
crazy.
sweep.
It is crazy. I don't know how they do it.
It also means that most of their body weight is on their feet.
Yeah.
But they seem to get effective results, and that's a really good curling shot.
Yeah, really good sweep there from Tae Young.
What do you do?
Well, you beg the prison guard for a key.
Let's just hammer it sideways.
Get me out of here.
Get me out of here. I am in jail.
The only thing is they could play the.
You almost have to run the corner guard in.
Yeah, this got nasty in a hurry here.
Or take one.
Yeah, that might be the.
Guard and take one, but they get to shoot, and they're going to run it in for free, I think.
That's it. Yeah.
Or they, I can't tell because I can't see that corner guard. I don't think they can see enough of the right side of the very top 8 yellow to hit it into the other one. Not quite. But they could definitely play the yellow one straight back or this guard. I just don't really see another shot unless you're slicing that right corner guard into the top yellows and trying to blow up the forefoot and just leave yourself a shot for one.
The only other thing is we could peel.
Oof.
Ooh,
No.
I don't know about that.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's the other thing.
Then they nose it with just like hack and you're dead.
You're dead.
2 steal for sure if you can make a good double.
Yeah.
I think this is really the only shot other than that corner guard in and really try and blow it up. But if you didn't make contact or if you made contact on your red, it might not be that bad. I think that's probably what I'd be playing.
Well, Kayla Skrlik trying to find her way out of jail here in end number 2.
Will be interesting, John, to see.
Yeah, just trying for a straight guard here.
Will Team Hop play a run back of some sort, or will they just take the easy force?
Gotta curl a bit. Curl. Curl.
This guard's got to be made first.
Curl. To my broom. Curl.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, Margot Fleming bringing that over nicely. Does guard the hole, but as you said, Brent, if they could ever make a run in here, Kayla is in huge trouble.
Anything else, I think.
I mean, she could just run that middle yellow live 4, and I don't know what Kayla has. She's trying to run back to only give up 2, probably.
There's a whole bunch of ways to get that shot rock red one out. All 3 of those guards, the center and the 2 on the left side of the sheet, could be promoted. The best result, which often is the case, is the hardest shot. It's the widest red one into the top 8 yellow into the top. Oh, there it is, John. Man, you do your scouting. We got a second end timeout.
Buddy, I told you, I'm on top of this. They love it. They love a second end timeout. I don't know what it is, but second or third, they will almost always take a timeout in the first half of the game. Almost always.
Unbelievable. You've seen the movie Unbreakable? You're Bruce Willis and I'm Samuel L. Jackson, because I'm always wrong and you're always right.
And they often do it on stuff like this where you probably don't need to talk to a coach. You got a few options, and I don't know that the coach coming out and telling you which of the options he likes best makes a ton of... It's not a strategic discussion, right?
It's a feeling,
It's
isn't
a
it?
feel, right?
Yeah.
Just which way you think you can make this the best. And that does tend to be when they bring the coach out, but maybe that's something they've talked about and makes them feel comfortable. I don't know, but
it might even almost be a permission thing. Like coaches on, almost
Yeah.
like international
No, for
coaches
sure.
have a lot more say than Canadian coaches historically. And in a traditional game, I mean, like in a hockey game, the coach makes the decisions. We don't do that in Canadian curling yet. It's going more that way. My concern about playing this one is I don't want to play it very hard, because if you do plant it and you're going to roll off, you're going to kill the red. If you kill one yellow and it stays lined up that there's some kind of double on those two that will still be in there, it would be for 3 if this one stays. Without being a total ass, it might even be for 4 if it stays in a spot where you can come off and kill that top 8 one. I think I'd play the yellow one soft. Board weight, hair high. Shooter's going to stay right there, and they're going to be pretty nervous.
Yeah, I'd certainly be tempted to be running my own in here.
Or the red one wider, then there's really no danger into the yellow, into the other yellows. But she's picked the right weight. This is taking some ice. So this is probably like a board weight or a hack weight, which is all she needs.
Last rock, Sung Yoon Ha, second end. Trying to really put some pressure on Kayla Skrlik here. And just like that, gets a little tick off of her own. And Sung Yoon Ha's lying 2, I think, for sure. Tough to tell from our angle if it's 3 or not, but 2 definitely.
Alicate means F yeah, I think. Because that is all kinds of good.
I could blast all 3 through the middle.
What do they got, John?
It actually doubles.
Oh, you might get 3 here.
Sit there. It's for 1.
What? You might get 2 for sure.
You think there's a triple here through the hole?
No, you got to run a guard. This middle yellow one, a little bit high maybe. The middle one probably jams, but I don't know. Something happened in the all-Canadian game.
Rachel Holman made a good shot.
No.
Yeah, I know. A cross-house double.
Fluke. Yeah, it's packed underneath us here, John.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's no doubt who the fans are here to see. So it does look, Brent, like she thinks she can get through the hole, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's there, I think, but it's delicate. And if you miss, it's a steal of 2. I'd kind of be tempted to run a guard just because there might be a way you fluke into only giving them a steal of 1 or something. This one, if you miss the hole, you're giving up 2. Anyway, tough shot. Kayla Skrlik, final stone, trying to make some yellows disappear.
Stop!
Said it. Didn't like it.
Are they through the hole? No, they are not. Ashton Skrlik hit it out of the hand, and that might have affected the line. It's a steal of 2 for Sung Yoon Ha. They lead 3-0, and the big announcement coming up after the break.
Peace of mind, confidence, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial education. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to make choices that fit their goals. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
Well, Sung Yoon Ha had Kayla Skrlik in trouble all of the second end, fully deserving of the steal of 2. They lead 3-0 here in this must-win game between two teams sitting at 0-2. And we won't delay any further. Very exciting announcement here for the Grand Slam of Curling, the first ever Grand Slam of Curling Group All-Star game. That's right, curling's brightest stars are set to take over Nashville for the first ever TCG All-Star Game, April 15th and 16th, 2025. The star-studded 2-day event in the Music City is going to feature a celebrity pro-am, skills competition, and an all-star mixed skins game. And starting today, you, the fans, can rock the vote by visiting the grandslamofcurling.com/all-star, or head over to the GSOC app to vote for your favorite curlers, and you could have a chance to win a signed all-star jersey. Voting closes March 10th. So I'm excited for that one, Brent. Should be good. I believe 8 curlers are going to be named, and then 4 are going to be voted in by the fans. There's going to be captains, a draft, a whole bunch of celebrities. A lot of fun things coming up in Nashville in April.
Good shot, Jer.
Yeah, I'm jealous, for sure.
Yeah, that all these ideas are after you were a player.
I mean, there's only 12 players, so I don't know if at any point in my career I was top 12, but you never know. I mean, it's really who's got the most friends, too. It's voting, which is going to be super fun. And I've never been to Nashville. I've heard a ton about this T-line place, which looks super cool. I know Nick took Matt Dunstone, Johnny Moe, and Rachel and some curlers down to check it out. And yeah, just the curling group doing all sorts of things that have really never been done before.
Yeah, very exciting. The curling group heading on down to the T-line. It's the curling bar owned by former St. Louis Rams quarterback Mark Bulger. And yeah, it looks like a very cool facility. Like you said, last year brought out TJ Hawkinson, George Kittle, Jared Allen, who all ended up becoming investors in the Grand Slam of curling. And I believe Corey Dropkin was there as well, hanging out. And yeah, it looked like a really fun time at the T-line. It's going to be another very fun time at the T-line coming up in April. So we will look forward to that. More details to come, obviously, on how the All-Star Game will be structured, where you as the fan can see it. But right now, your job is to vote for your favorite curlers. Head on over to the grandslamofcurling.com/all-star or the GSOC app and vote in your favorite players today.
I would also book your flight.
Flights are good too.
Yeah, I just booked mine.
Flights are good too. You're like, I don't know if these are going to get paid for, but...
all good. I'm going anyway. No, in all seriousness, it's just another incredible opportunity. I know they kind of leaked it a little bit to a couple players earlier in the week, and everybody was pretty excited, and that's got to be the last announcement for this year, though. There can't be anything left, can there, John?
I am not going to put anything past anybody as far as it comes to announcements.
It's straight from the Players' Championship to Nashville.
Yep. Hop on the plane. Head to Nashville.
Used to win the Players and you're going to Disney, but now you're going to Nashville.
Used to win the Players, then you got to fly back home to Regina. I don't know what the Disneyland equivalent in Regina is. Probably a really nice parking lot or something to that
The
effect.
casino across from the Delta.
yeah, good point. Yeah.
Casino Regina, I believe it's called.
It's a good name for it.
Simple, but effective.
Effective, yeah. So another good start here for Sung Yoon Ha. Guard maybe a little high from Soo Jin Kim, but they are lying the one here, right on top of the forefoot. Oh, here we go, another team talk. Probably no timeout here, though.
I wouldn't think so, yeah. You're coming straight in. I think you have to. Because that guard is high, like you said, John, it's not an awesome situation. You go top 8 and they chase it and roll behind the corner. Then you go top 8, they chase it and roll behind the corner. You might have to make that draw 5 times in a row.
Yes.
And if you ever make a mistake, it could be 2, 3, 4, or 5.
And we're 22:53, so.
But if you throw the guard and then they freeze, it's a different problem. Other team always gets to shoot. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I only played in one game where the time clock did actually run out on our opposition and we got to throw 3 in a row.
Oh, seriously? I've never seen it or done it. Yeah.
West Coast Classic.
And you hit the rings 2 out of 3 times or all 3 times?
I wasn't throwing it, so we hit the rings all 3 times.
Oh, because you were sweeping it, so the range of error is like 20 feet.
Way bigger.
Heavy or light, because you're old school, right? You could slow it down back then, right? You didn't have to slow carve dump to do it?
I didn't even use the brooms, dude. I brought out rock salt. Are you kidding me? It's good enough for the parking lot. It's good enough to make a rock curl. That was always my motto. It's a pretty good shot there from Tae Young. Nice spot.
Pretty much perfect. Hardest possible to chase, but if they...
We just peel? Okay, back line.
Sisterly love.
Yeah.
I can't see it. I don't care. You shouldn't have jumped mine last end. Make the shot. I don't, in her defense, I don't know that it made any difference. I think Kayla was just a little more back than she wanted to be.
Yeah, she certainly was not on it for very long.
No.
And it's probably one of those things too, Brent. As a sweeper, you know what your skip's tendencies are, and maybe on those, like an intern peel, Kayla tends to be a little tight. And so you're just used to getting on those early. And unfortunately, this will click the guard for Ashton Skrlik.
Not bad, Ashton. 3-3.
But I agree, not bad. Gets that rock off the center and gives him another corner guard. Still a ways to go, though.
Yeah, Team Ha getting real good at guarding good situations. Impressed with the team, took the time out, picked the right weight on that shot last time where they couldn't hurt themselves and made a perfect shot. We talk all the time, there's no free spaces left, and Team Holman chose Team Ha. First overall draft pick this week was Team Ha.
That's right.
I guess you had to pick somebody, though.
Yeah, I asked Rachel about that because Sun Yoon Ha is the number 9 ranked team in the field. And there were other teams ranked lower than that. I'm, not great at math, but I do know in a 16-team field there are teams ranked lower than 9. I did ask Rachel about that. She had a very convoluted explanation, and I believe it really boiled down to sort of a fundamental misunderstanding of the rules, but hey, she's the number 1 team in the world and has won 25 games in a row, so who am I to say?
You can't glass over it like that. We got to get something out of you. What did she say?
That's a pretty good shot there from Ashton Skrlik. Gets that Yellowstone behind the tee line. Gets rid of 2 of them.
Changes the subject quickly, and we're hitting and rolling July 2.
Well, we do still have to call the game on some level.
That's true. It's not a talk show.
Yeah, as much as we wish it was.
Anytime you're throwing a guard without the hammer and it slides into the house where they can make a double and stay in the house, it's just really bad. This is now a pretty good chance to set up a deuce. Still with 4 rocks left, and 2 corner guards just off center, and nothing really very dangerous. Freeze on the back one. You could hit and roll behind the corner. I think I like freezing on the back and just getting some action going, but there's lots of room.
Yeah, the path is there for sure.
This is good. This is just such a hard shot. If I knew Margot was going to make this, or whoever was throwing it, then sure, this is a great play. You're going to force Ha to go around that yellow one, though, and then you're going to have to chase them line 2 all in, because this is only going to be full 12.
Okay.
That's not a great spot for that.
Sorry, Margot. 10-2.
Heard Kayla say, thought it was a good throw, just didn't quite get the sweeping call right there.
Throw guard in the... I guess there's no great spot for Team Ha to go here. This has turned into one of those kind of awkward ends where nobody's happy and there's no real obvious call here.
That's the girls that's getting away from us here.
Trying to decide between the guard and the come around.
Seems like it, yeah.
If you're Kayla, what do you want her to play?
I think I'd want her to play the come around.
I think so too. Yeah, so that makes me think that they shouldn't.
I mean, I guess if you guard that, you'd be worried that they'd wrap out turn around the yellow, but it's bring and play to the center, so I think probably be okay with that.
Or they make a split on the red, and then I guess you just draw around to the button, So yeah, I like the guard. This one they're going to probably chase and roll, and perfect though.
Needs to slow down a hair for a here in. It's pretty good, maybe a little deeper than they wanted, Brent.
Yeah, follow it down, just bump it back, and.
Did you get that time? Did you get that time?
I think Kayla's pretty happy that that's
This
the.
is a 14-8.
So it's still fast. This is the fastest ice we've seen at a slam in a while.
충분히.
I like that.
근데 롱가드에서 스플릿 해놓으면 우리가 못하면 바로
think so.
좀 나오니까.
Yeah. 4-5 probably, hey?
Talking split times there, 4-5?
Yeah, 14-5, I believe.
Okay. Every team has their own language.
Yep.
Doesn't need to make sense to me.
No out.
Well, I heard them earlier say 5-2, which would never be like a back line to hog split time or anything. Made me feel like it was probably 15-2, which makes me feel like 4-5 is probably 14-5.
Yeah, and they're trying to bump it, so that would make sense if it's like 15 to T-line.
This looks a little short, though. I don't think that's what they were after. Yeah, that's how I would feel about that result as well.
It's not quite getting the line calls made. If they communicate the weight that's a little light and they sweep it and it stays high, they at least get second. I think Ha's line 2, though, and
yeah, they are.
has to guard now. This is a guard that I could make this one.
Yeah, a lot of margin for error. As long as you're anywhere on that center line path, I think you're good.
Yeah, this distance doesn't matter at all.
근데 막 2점까지는 쉽진 않아. 근데 얘를 가려야 될 것 같긴 해, 확실히. 센터 라인 어때? 약간 이렇게? 이렇게?
Probably just should. I think we have to go the whole time.
What would you do that for?
I don't know.
근데 약간 나는 이게 만약에 많이 튀거나 변수가 있으니까.
Cover the spread?
여기 하지.
8 바깥.
근데 얘 먼저 가리는 거. 얘는 어차피 줘야 돼, 그냥.
Any guard here. Kayla's going to have to play probably that wide draw tap in for 1, or she's going to have to bump the...
Yeah, then you just
tight.
guard again, so we're scoring 1.
And if she makes a mistake, she's going to have no way in.
That's not a trend or anything. I have the run.
But I'm Team Skrlik. I'm just saying, okay, let's find a way to get a point here, weather the storm a bit. Things aren't going our way yet. But they've thrown everything close. It's a couple line calls, a couple just heavy rubs. You got to believe it's going to turn as much as it doesn't feel like it.
라인 좋아, 왼 좋아. 아, 라인 좋아. 좀 빨라 보이는데? 아니야, 발 아니야, 뒤야. 그대로 와야 돼, 그대로.
There it is.
Told you,
jar.
told you, F-bombs everywhere.
Rachel.
Can't leave Kayla's mic hot when they're not throwing her. You're going to...
No, you got to leave her.
So guard goes up for Sung Yoon Ha. They still lie 2 without hammer.
Sit there.
너무 돼. 턴이 없다.
Or we could play this run for now.
잘 맞췄다.
I mean, you still kind of have.
맞추면 되지.
Run on your yellow, like my yellow has option. That yellow has options, but I don't think there is anything that bad that could happen.
Well, then you could. The only thing is you block your access, maybe to use your 3.
Yeah,
That's the only.
I agree.
Right.
Careful running the red one,
Probably this,
John.
hey?
That's the one that can get rid of
Like
your
if I
red
use
one.
this one and they sink one other
And
one
leave
here,
a straight come around to the button, even if it does take a yellow with it.
Peel probably.
So I think she's playing the center yellow into the red.
I'll shade high, hey? Like if we just nose this in the end.
Okay.
Just like that. Seems simple. It's almost impossible to run this straight back and pick that red. Like, you make some noise on anything. If you're close, you may double off the back one and then maybe give yourself a chance on your last.
Right,
Jerry Lynn was worried.
Yeah, peel.
You'll wait, shade high. Jerry Lynn was worried that you could roll over and block your other red one, which is very possible.
Peel, shade high.
But let's worry about later problems later. We got a problem right now.
Yep. Got another huge shot here for Kayla Skrlik with her first.
Go. Curl. 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 Watch where this goes.
And gets rid of the guard, but doesn't roll into the rings, and things still look pretty good here for Sung Yoon Ha.
Doesn't really change anything, does it?
I don't think so. I think they put the guard up, and I don't know what Kayla does to score here, other than a miracle.
Yeah, the tap on the red tight one, or the wide tap on
double tap. Probably double tap to the lid. Might be your only shot. I think if Sung-Yoon puts this on the center line, similar to where it was before, I don't think you're going to end up with the short tap on that red.
The 8 isn't there.
So yeah, just hasn't been the right end here for Kayla Skrlik. Been chasing the whole way, and Sung-Yoon Ha throwing another guard. Anytime you have the skip throwing 2 guards, you're feeling pretty darn good about yourself.
Like either the half
Needs to make it good though.
is gonna be there, or the tap on the guard, right?
Since winning the draw of the button, not much has gone Team Skrlik's way.
First 5 rocks of the first end was
True, they had
looked
them.
pretty good.
Yep.
And then after that, it's been all South Korea all the time here.
Team Ha going for my 8-year-old Skyla's strategy. She said to me one day, Daddy, if you never have the hammer, you'll probably win.
That's a great point.
Right? She's got it figured out.
Yep.
Yeah, ideally we just tap it at back 8 weight.
So that did over curl a little bit for Sung-Yoon. So the tap is available here for Kayla. And this is difficult, but not crazy. She's got a lot of room to score. Needs full forefoot.
I want to decide here. There's a lot of ways to make this if you're a little bit heavy, and 0 to make it if you're a little bit light. You could
13-5.
tap it into the red and roll, into the back
There's
yellow.
not really a shot for 2. 13-5, just tap. Yep.
Did she say she thinks there's a shot for 2? I think that's...
Oh. I hope
way.
that's not what she's thinking. Not with this weight.
I must have missed the I don't think before she said there's a shot for 2.
Yeah. So straight tap here for Kayla Skrlik. Needs full 4.
Line looks good. Don't lose it.
Ashton Skrlik on it now. This is curling. Got to get close to the nose of this red one. Will it stop in time now? It just over curls on Team Skrlik. Weight was pretty close to perfect. Ashton Skrlik unable to hold it, and it's another 2 for Sung-Yoon Ha. They take a 5-0 lead.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Things really not going Kayla Skrlik's way here so far. Another missed opportunity to get a point on the board. Sung-Yoon Ha has continued to do all her damage without the hammer. Steals of 1, 2, and 2, and they lead 5-0. And Brent, what is Skrlik got to do here to staunch the bleeding? I mean, I feel like they almost have to start going pretty aggressively to score 2 here.
Yeah, they have to. Yeah, unfortunately, they can't just say, let's get on the board. That's not enough. A single here is, not going to do it. You need at least a 2, but you focus on the 2. I've always been a believer, especially with the 5-rock rule. If you make 8 shots, you almost always get 2, and if they make a mistake, you get 3 often. So they need a spark for sure. Like I've said, they've been close on a lot, and even Kayla's last there, just a missed sweep call. She makes it into the back yellow or the side red. But that doesn't matter now. It's 5-0, and need some guards. So maybe the best part about this All-Star game is now the shameless self-promotion of all the curlers wanting a trip to Nashville.
Absolutely.
Please vote for me.
Oh, and I'm hearing it. Tyler Tardy's already on the curling Discord asking people to vote for him. Hasn't been in a few slams.
Does he qualify? Yeah.
Whoa. If you played in a slam this year, you're eligible to be voted for.
Like 2025. So Tyler's right.
No, I believe 2024 counts as well. Yes.
I got to vote already. I'm not telling you who I voted for. I was looking for myself. I'm not on there.
Yeah, I'm not on there either. Nope. They didn't have a commentator, an all-star commentator option, unfortunately.
You get to vote for a lead, a second, a third, and a skip. men's and same thing for the ladies. You can vote once a day, every day for the next 2 months, I believe.
Yeah, I love it. I'm going to be hitting it up. I want the signed All-Star jersey. I don't really get access to these curlers too often, so it'd be nice for me to get a signed jersey.
Looking for the double corners, stacking them. Those are pretty close together, but
yeah, probably a little closer than GL would have wanted there. Not bad though.
Team Hall's going to throw a center guard, and once you throw the center, peeling, it's still an option, but it's less of an option. If I'm Skrlik, I like to see this guard. I know I'm going to have some action. And who's on the committee to pick the players? I have so many questions. Where's Nick?
All I heard was panel of experts.
That's right. So it's not us.
It's not us, yeah. Won't be us making any decisions. Maybe it's just John Brazo starts chain smoking in a room with one light bulb above him and starts crunching the numbers.
Johnny Moe's got to have a seat at the voting table.
Yeah, probably. Maybe you can only vote if you're John. Maybe it's the John Morris, John Brazo,
and
John Cullen.
Yeah,
bingo, 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 bango.
Looks for an opening and you took it.
Well, usually if I find an opening, I'll drive a car right through it. I don't care. So
chance to make a double. Sticking the shooter, you'll make some kind of double more than likely, but you have to just save the shooter down 5. And
I hate to be kind of running back already when you're down 5, but just really good shots from Sujin and Tae.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's well done by Ashton. Doesn't quite get the yellow out, but into the 12-foot, and the red sticks there.
I said high guard. Oh, I thought she was pointing. Yeah, she did point high guard.
Let's go, baby. They don't care, man.
No, we're here to win.
They don't care.
To come get us.
Sung Yoon Ha does not care. I love this. Let's dance, baby. We're up 5. Who needs appeal? What's appeal?
Yeah, do you think we can go the whole game up 5 from now on and not throw a takeout?
Oh, man. Love it.
I like this call. I think Kayla, Team Skrlik's probably going to play a freeze, and then Team Hall will follow it down and really close down the scoring area. This is the best way to kind of nullify those corner guards, unless you're going to double them, but then they're freezing anyway, and you're in the same situation with only one guard.
Whoa. Okay. Well, I told you.
It's like emotional out there.
My pre-scout. My pre-scout's very good.
I feel like I got set up here.
I've just seen these teams a little more than you have, I would say, over the last few years.
For sure.
So it is the freeze called, as you said, Brent, here for Ashton.
It is fun to see the curling group again, not to always say how great they are, but they are. You know, telling us more about these teams, and you can start to associate with a team where not only you like the players or you like their personality, you like their kind of team culture and what they're about. And I don't think we've done a very good job as a sport of promoting the players and who they are off the ice.
Great shot. Really good.
He's here. God damn it, he's here. We have so many questions, Nick. Always. This is your chair here with the crown, the gold one. That's your headset.
Really nice freeze made there by Margot Fleming, and we are pleased to be joined by the CEO of the curling group, who is, you must feel pretty good about this announcement coming out. I'm already seeing social media lighting up a little bit. The first ever TCG All-Star game happening in Nashville. Nick, tell us a little bit about it.
Wow. Super pumped. It's been a busy 45 minutes. No, I mean, I think that, let's face it, every sport that exists from a professional level has an all-star game. Why shouldn't there be one in curling? And one of the reasons I got so excited about getting into this sport was after visiting my buddy Mark Bulger, former NFL Pro Bowl quarterback, who owns and built T-Line in Nashville. It became pretty clear that there had to be an event there, and what better way to introduce the curling world to and the non-curling world to this awesome sport is to go to Nashville. And by all means, you guys tell me to be quiet because this is an exciting game that's going on.
No, it's good. We'll pepper you with questions and also talk about the game at the same time. A nice freeze made there by Kieran Kim. So a follow down now for Margot Fleming as Haw continues to lie one without the hammer. I think, Brent had some questions about who's the panel of experts. How are these players getting chosen? We know it's going to be 12 players, 4 selected by fan voting, 8 selected by a panel of experts. How are they deciding that? Who are the experts? Are we the experts? Tell us more about that.
I love that you guys are the ones starting to put my feet to the fire on actually having to make these decisions. Started. I think maybe what we'll have to do is we'll have to have a secondary fan vote on who the experts should be.
I agree.
I mean, I think it's safe to say that our incredible commentating crew, the two of you plus, Chelsea and Tyler, will be a part of that panel. At the end of the day, I haven't been shy around my lack of curling expertise. So I'm actually the last person that should be involved in the selecting of All-Stars. So I hereby recuse myself of any responsibility or decision-making.
Good. Smart.
Yeah. No, but as you said, I think it's going to be super exciting to see how the fan vote comes in because, let's face it, one of the things that we've been trying to push and trying to express to the players is how important it is for them to engage a little bit more on social media. We want the fans to engage, and what better way than for curlers to promote themselves? Like if they want to go to the All-Star game, well, it's not just about your performance on the ice; it's about your performance in the sport of curling. So personally, I'm very interested to see what our friend Tyler Tardy decides to do to promote his All-Star his All-Star invite. I'm beyond excited.
So nice shot there from Kieran Kim. Just pushed that redstone maybe a little bit into a somewhat advantageous position. It poked this yellow into the open, I think, Brent. That's what Margot Fleming is chasing after.
Sorry, we're live reacting to text messages from players asking questions about the All-Star game.
Looking for side door entrance.
That's right.
Just a shade up.
So a little chance here for Skrlik. Tough little shot here for Team Haw. That's a very small hole. They might have to draw. And there is still a double on those yellows to bring that back red into play. And interesting. And my social media is blowing up, Nick, and it's been announced at the WFG Masters. Was it announced at the Masters on purpose? Because there's going to be a surprise invite for the one guy in the history of the Masters that has won the most titles. That's what I've heard. Is that true?
Wow, it seems like a leading question.
No, it's all over my social media.
Really?
My mom, my dad, my sister, my kids.
Here we go, timeout number 2. I told you I did also tell you they might take both of their timeouts in the first half of the game.
Well, it's very respectful of them to take a timeout while we're talking about the All-Star game. It's like that was planned or something. Man, oh man. No, the reason why we announced it at the Masters is because literally this is our last event until Toronto to the players. The reality is the All-Star game is going to literally happen immediately after the players. We're gonna leave Toronto Monday, fly down to Nashville. Tuesday, Wednesday will be the event. Celebrity Pro-Am involving a slew of athletes, some celebrities. Those will be announced as we lead in. And skills competition, which will be super fun.
On Broadway or in the curling club? Both, of course. We're a singing and curling crew.
More questions that need answered. There needs to be a special All-Star Grand Slam of karaoke,
Of course. Now, are you, Nick, prepared to announce already? I think we know who is from Nashville, a very famous celebrity, Taylor Swift. Are you ready to confirm her attendance at the All-Star game, or what's going on? Do I need to get in touch with her people, or?
Honestly, here's my ask, curling world. If you want to see Taylor Swift at the first ever All-Star game and festivities celebrations in Nashville, tweet at her. Like, I don't know Taylor Swift.
Kelsey boys want to try curling.
I'm
They said
telling
it
you,
out loud.
like, what is social media for?
If not pestering celebrities.
Exactly. If
Yeah,
not
good
to,
point.
You're right.
Good point.
Oh, I see Waldo, by the way. You guys see Waldo?
He was here. He is actually here for real.
Oh yeah, nice.
But yeah, I'm excited to see the type of energy we can build within the curling world for an event like this. I think it means a lot to us to be able to help introduce this to the sports world, not just the curling world.
Couldn't agree more. So what's the call here, Brent? Are they going around everything
I
here?
would say probably, draw beside it maybe. Just need to get another yellow one in there. Even past it to the button wouldn't be too bad. There is a spot here you might draw to leave a triple. But yeah, trying the freeze on the red, which would really take the double here away. Almost like a reverse freeze on second shot.
Kim and Yong have picked this one up. Trying to get around it here. It looks like it's maybe a little short. And indeed it is, but that might make it tough for Kayla Skrlik to get in there for a second point.
I think if I was going to walk one down, I might put it right there.
This crowd enjoys
We're talking about how we're on top of all the fans. They're all over here watching the Team Canada battle. Anderson Holman.
Yeah, it could be a Scotty's final preview, potentially.
Pretty good chance.
Yeah, I could.
If it was Friday night, we would have odds. So we'd be discussing the odds of what that would
But I need to throw like,
and that'd be like a two-leg parlay. But anyway.
like, because if I do this and they tap to there.
Because they did, remember we were talking about that high guard, and we said, it would be great for Skrlik if she could just run that center guard back into the crotch there of the two yellows, the pocket. But because they threw that high guard, that's really the rock that's causing a lot of trouble.
Their rocks are not that active. Like, it'll wick, and then theirs will plant right here. Mine will maybe go here with 13.
I don't see anything good, John. I'm going to pass it over to you.
13?
You know me, Brent. I always try to find the good in things.
That's why I'm passing it.
But I would say the good part about this is that if you are a South Korean curling fan, this is a very good house
13?
for you.
Right.
That's what I would say is the positive. For Kayla Skrlik, the positive is that...
Après curl opens in 9 minutes?
Yeah, I think that's
close.
That's
No, I
close
made
to
that up.
Does it open at 1 p.m.?
1 p.m.?
Yeah.
Well,
I made it up.
if it's not,
Yeah.
I'll go talk to somebody.
So first stone here for Kayla Skrlik in the fourth end, I believe, is just trying to jiggle the pile around a little bit here, because right now those angles are lined up pretty good for Team Ha, and there's not really a great way in for Skrlik. And that just made Ha shot stone. So I don't think that was the right decision.
It's worse for now, but what's Ha do now to not give up a deuce? Discard, as the triple looks like it jams on the yellows, but there are 3 reds in there, so you're a little nervous. This is where, if you're yellow here, you think the triple's there, and Skrlik's standing there saying it doesn't look there to me. You see what's kind of bad for you a lot of times. That triple is not there, though, by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think it just jams all day. It might be there to score you 1, maybe.
Maybe.
But probably not.
Looks like it dead jams.
Yeah, I agree.
Just guard, that's what I like. I mean, you could play a nose run back on the left yellow and lie 2 that way, but if you ever just miss and tickled it. I think they stick with their strategy. Let's just get one in there and guard it. It's working. Any other serious questions on social media, Nick?
I have had no time to look at social media at the moment.
Let's have a quick look.
I like it. We also read some mean tweets about what fans think about things, because that makes me laugh too.
Oh, here we'll get some questions. Devin Haru just tweeted it, so we don't have to do anything.
Oh, there you go.
Last rock for Sung-Yoon Ha here in the fourth end. In total control, up 5-0. Looking to guard and potentially extend that lead to 6.
Robbie Doherty dance off.
Yeah, we've got a break in the Holman Anderson game. So we have Sophia Maybergs and Anna Hasselborg and Robin Bryden throwing out some rock shop toques.
Nice.
To the fans.
Guard was successfully made, and it's long angle raise, or what are they? They're looking at this triple that they're going to draw some lines, but it's not going to line up very good. So does she think she can make this across the top?
Oh boy, I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
We have a pretty good angle from the side here, and they look like they're in a direct line, which isn't ideal.
I guess if you're Kayla, what else do you have, really? You're not in danger of giving up 2 here, I don't think.
Can you run the high corner guard into the one top 8, into the 2 reds for maybe 3? Or sorry, into the red, into the 2 yellows?
Well, it's a double.
I can't see that.
Double run. It's pretty tough.
Well, it's definitely tough. You're down 5 buzz. You don't get easy shots when you're down 5-0.
Final stone here for Kayla Skrlik, trying to score 1 here. Got 1, got 2, and it does indeed roll out, but it catches their back one.
They scored.
And they did score. So they got 1 and actually almost came off for 2. So great try from Kayla Skrlik. They will finally get on the board, but Sung-Yoon Ha will take a 4-point lead and the hammer into our 3-minute fourth end break. We'll see you back here in a bit.
Peace of mind, confidence, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial education. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to make choices that fit their goals. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
When you've conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, we're your place. Come as you are and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mice, eat locally, enjoy casual.
There's a place where the world's best curling not only lives, it rocks. Download the new Grand Slam of Curling app and live stream all the action. Get exclusive content, stats, merch, and more. Let's rock.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Goldline's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable. And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
When you've conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, we're your place. Come as you are and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mice, eat locally, enjoy casual.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Hello, curling fans, and welcome back inside the Sleeman Center here in Guelph, Ontario, home of the WFG Masters. It's draw 10 action between Kayla Skrlik and Sung-Yoon Ha, both teams needing a win to stay alive and keep their playoff hopes from extinguishing. John Cullen alongside Brent Lang, and right now it does look like Sung-Yoon Ha has the driver's seat to that potential playoff spot, leading 5-1, and really they've been in control most of the time here, Brent.
It has been, like you said, ever since about the first 6 shots of the game where Skrlik had them in trouble. It's unforced error there. The old fifth end, it can get a little faster from the sweep.
Yep.
Down 4, needing guards and sliding in the rings. And you can tell by the body language, Jerry Lynn's not happy with herself there.
Yeah, that's an unforced error, and this will allow for a hit for Sujin Kim. Reminder that we do have coverage on Home Team and Sportsnet. Team Law is facing off against Team Tabata. That is a 3-3 tie. Tabata has the hammer in the 5th end. Beside our feature game, it's Isabella Vrano against Satsuki Fujisawa. Fujisawa just making a draw for 1 in the 5th end. So Vrano leads that one 5-4. They will have the hammer in 6. And on Sportsnet and Sportsnet Plus, it's Rachel Homan against Carrie Einarson. They are also in the 6th. Rachel Homan is leading that one 4-1. Carrie Einarson with the hammer, and they're almost done the 6th end, and Carrie Einarson has 5 more minutes on her time clock than Sung-Yoon Ha does starting the 5th. So it's our game has been a little on the slow side. Sung-Yoon Ha, with no timeouts as well, is going to have to speed things up a little bit here in the second half, although maybe they won't have to. If they score a few here, it could be game over anyway.
And it should be fairly simple. This is a mission of don't give up any steals, and we should win this game quite easily, and especially with the start of this end, only going to have to deal with 1 center guard. Team Skrlik's got to throw everything else at them, including the old kitchen sink. Take nothing but chances. You can't really afford even to give up. I guess you could give up 1, take 3, force, take 3, you get to an extra. You've got to start doing the math. How many ends?
I don't like that math.
That's not good, but that's where we're at.
Math, yeah.
That's where we're at.
Yeah, probably your better chance is stealing 1 for the remaining 4 ends and then stealing the extra.
Sure, that math works
win
also.
6-5. But that's just to your point. I think, yeah, if you're Team Skrlik, you're always thinking you have to steal here.
There once was a Briar one, 3-1-3, was there not? Randy Furby told me about it one time. Was that 2003? They were up 4, and Mark Dacey got 3 and 8, forced to 1 and 9, got 3 and 10.
I think I've heard something about that, yeah.
We can tell the story because, I mean, Team Furby won the 2 before and the 2 after, so
Yeah.
piss off anyway.
Yeah, I think that's just fine.
It's a good shot there.
Yeah, just over the hog line. You can hear Jerry Lynn Ramsey, the heavy breathing there. That was a big sweep for her and Margot Fleming, but they do get it over the hog.
We got a Western team on our hands here.
Oh, yeah. You bet. So Ha lying 2, not afraid to peel that high center with Tae Young shot there.
Tomorrow morning, if Ha can get this W in the bank, they'll have a chance to get to 2 wins against Team Laws. Team Laws in a tight one here. If they happen to not pull that out, they'll be 1 and 2 and will need the win, and the 2 teams in the same situation.
Line's a bit tighter. You don't need to, though. You don't need to. Whoa, it's Margot's.
Just got to decide when they're going to go around here, John.
Started out tighter, though.
That top 12 come around is a nice guard for them.
The
So
line just needs to be as high as possible.
considering they threw the first one in the rings, this is a really good steal chance.
I don't know how I got that first one there. 8-6.
Oh, boy. Better not let Nick hear this tape, or he's going to put Kayla Skrlik on every single draw.
Oh, he's going to vote for her for the All-Star game.
Yeah, no question.
And that is going to be part of the voting, and I think it's a great thing, is not just who are the best players necessarily, but who are the most entertaining players.
Yeah, your favorites, right?
It's an entertainment product, so personality matters. And there are a lot of awesome personalities in the Grand Slams, let me tell you. And John, you would know better than anybody with all the interviews you've been doing, getting to know the players.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing that for a decade now, really. That was kind of starting with YouTube back in the day, Cullen and a curler, and that was really always the mission for me. As I said, you know, I hang around curlers all the time, and they're some of the funniest and most entertaining people. And that still holds true today, no question. And I think, too, a lot of these young players, they've all grown up with social media and with phones, and they understand that there is an entertainment aspect to this game and that you do need to be a little bit of a self-promoter. I think curling at times has been a little too humble for its own good. And I think some of these younger players coming up really understand that aspect of the game, and I think that's been really cool. And certainly, yeah, as someone who's been making a lot of content, interviewing people on the Broom Brothers, all that kind of fun stuff, it's been really fun and really great to get to know the players. And I think, too, the buy-in has been awesome. Anytime we're asking players to do stuff for us, they're saying yes. We never have any pushback. So, yeah, it's been really great. So we'll see if they decide to come in now or if we're going to go one more high guard. I think they're going to go one more high one here.
They're making it look like a really easy shot, but believe me, it's not.
Yeah, just over the hog line, one of the tougher shots in curling.
I would suspect the better you are as a team, the more games you win, the harder the shot is because you never play it. If you're always trailing, you might play it a lot, but a team like Holman wouldn't throw very many high guards because they are almost never losing. It's pretty good again. Needed to curl and die.
Good. Good sweep.
Yeah, really impressive.
Yeah, that's 3 in a row now for Margot Fleming and Ashton Skrlik.
Look at this. Yes.
We love it, baby. Beat him in there.
Yep. Peel, they're going to go in, and then you got to make the red, yellow into the shot rock, or else you're going to have to make a tough one against the steal.
I love this.
If we're going to risk a steal, we're going to at least have a chance to score 2 or 3 or 4 here.
Absolutely. Now, love this decision from Sung Yoon Ha. See if Hee-Rin Kim is up to it here.
Sometimes there's a little gamesmanship in this too, just to say, hey, you waited too long.
Yep.
I'm not going to just give it to you. I don't know if you've been watching, but we've been kind of killing you here, and we're going to keep doing it. Jerry Lynn and Kayla are still laughing, having a good time. Love to see it.
Yeah, it's great. I think one thing that's also been great about the slams this year is we've seen a lot of teams having their first slam experience this season. Kayla is one of them, and it's been really fun to have all this new blood here in the slams.
That's pretty much perfect. Yeah, for a long time there was, I mean, social media is not a great place to get information necessarily, but there was the idea that it was like this elite club that you couldn't get into, and once you're in the slams, you never get out of the slams, and it's just BS. And in this year, you really see it. There's teams that understand the system, right? Like, figure out how the points work, and maybe don't just go in the best of the best spiels and get your ass kicked every week. Get into some spiels where you can maybe make a run. And talking to John Epping, and they picked a schedule based on a few different things. Wanted to play a lot, wanted to get into the slams, but understood that they probably have a chance to win a few events, play some more games if they don't go in just Tier 1 events. And they've happened to win five of them.
Yeah, it's a schedule that's been working, no question about it.
Our point system is not perfect. John would be the first to tell you that.
I think I told a lot of people that, and I might have been one of the people on Twitter back in the day that was saying some of the things you were saying.
Well, John said today, I happened to just talk to him on the way to the game, and he said, you know, the only Tier 1, so 7 is the max strength of field multiplier on the tour.
Okay, that's
the only one of those they won, the top team they beat was 20th in the world. It's the exact same strength field multiplier that Dunstone just had last week, and there was 9 of the top 10 teams in the world.
Right.
That doesn't sound right to me. Again, I know we're not going to split the atom or create any new mathematical formulas in the booth, but that seems wrong, no?
Does seem wrong, yes. Something I think that will get looked at as the slams continue to find their way here under the direction of the curling group. As that's a nice shot from Kayla Skrlik, but Sung-Yoon Ha still lying one with the hammer here. A reminder, we are back at 3:30 p.m. this afternoon as well. That's local time, 12:30 p.m. Pacific. We're going to have Mike McEwen against Brad Jacobs and John Epping against Corey Dropkin. We're going to expand to 2 games on the home team live coverage starting this afternoon, so hopefully you'll join us for that. And Bruce Mowat and Nicholas Sedin will be on Sportsnet, so you'll have 3 games with player audio and commentary if you live in Canada. So it's a great time to be a curling fan, and we'll see what Ha decides to do here, Brent. They're talking about freezing here to protect their one. You like this?
Yeah, I think so. Put it kind of usable, half open. She'll try and draw around it to the button, but I guess the only other option is you could draw the side of the button. If it didn't go well, you just have to do it again when she made the double. And I think Sportsnet threw us a curveball, Johnny.
Oh, did they?
They're stealing the McEwen-Jacobs game.
Ah, okay. So we
you
will
and Connor are getting Mao Dean.
Okay, sounds good.
So you got to call that shitty game.
Oh, yeah, too bad.
Yeah.
Tough, yeah.
I don't think there'll be any shots made in that game.
Yeah, no, definitely not. The world number 1 and the 7-time world champion, I think, yeah, be tough.
Seriously.
Con Man's back.
The Con Man, we love him.
And Tyler and Chelsea will bring you the Epping versus Dropkin battle for Epping looking for his first win, needs it to stay alive, and Team Dropkin 1-1 after beating Team McEwen in round 1. This one's out there.
Yeah. Tae trying to bring this one over. Just need to be somewhere in front where you're not setting up a double. That's a really good sweep from Tae there. Once again, we said that a few times today. Right on the corner. Pretty much perfect.
Where could it possibly go? Here?
Yeah, this is really all Kayla has. You just got to draw the lid here. And if you miss it, what do you say, Brent? Lights out in Twinkle Town?
That's a Johnny Moe saying, but yeah.
You got it.
Pretty sure I don't have any of my own sayings.
No, you've been doing all these games this year? You haven't developed your own saying yet?
I don't think so. I made a new word, analyticers. Yeah. That's people that follow the analytics.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're getting there.
Yeah, I'm coming around. Needs to be on the button. Can't really put this anywhere where she's likely to steal. Maybe make it tough for them to get 2.
Last rock, Kayla Skrlik in the 5th, trying to keep her narrow playoff hopes alive.
Mine's good. Yeah. Whoa.
It's not hitting the slide path at all.
Nice.
This looks heavy.
Nice. Nice.
Desperation knifing. This needs to stay in the 8-foot.
Okay.
And it'll slide just too far. So Sung-Yoon Ha will have a draw to a piece of the button for 2.
Knife a bit sooner. To hit the slide path.
I know, that's one of those things where it was, she thinks it'll be we gotta get a
Yeah, so you heard Kayla say they were anticipating that the rock would slow down a little bit in the slide path, but she was just maybe a hair wide. Never quite caught that slide path, never really slowed down. And so the result is there. It's in the back 4, and Sung-Yoon Ha has been so good with her draw weight. This is one I would expect her to make. And if she does, it'll be a commanding 6-point lead.
I was wondering if it was going to be quicker out there.
It was.
Probably won't be handshakes yet. They'll probably play the 6th then, but you never know. I mean, being it's their life on the line.
Yep. Well, Sung-Yoon's got to make this one first. Last rock. Piece of the button. This is also hanging in the same spot that Kayla's did. This looks like a gun. This is not close.
No, it's not. Surprising. First kind of miss.
Yeah, her draw weight especially has been really good, but maybe that same path that Kayla caught, just a little bit wider than that kind of 4-foot line. And that sailed, and so it will be 1 for Ha. We will definitely play the 6th, but Ha leads 6-1.
Peace of mind, confidence, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial education. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to make choices that fit their goals. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
근데 모르겠다.
Just need to knife mine like a little bit earlier, and then it would have gotten the side pad. Sweepers are going low. Yeah. Yeah, this is
있는 그대로. 여덟. 라인은 좋아.
It'll be the end of
6-1, Sung-Yoon Ha leads Kayla Skrlik. Both teams fighting for their playoff lives at 0-2. And for Sung-Yoon Ha here, Brent, we've seen them play very aggressive all the way through, even with a big lead. Do we think this is finally the end? They turn the tables a little bit and maybe slow down?
No. No, I think they'll probably throw 2 in the house. Team Skrlik's got to throw 2 corner guards, and I think they'll stick to the center guard. But from there, it'll depend. If Skrlik doesn't get anything going early, I think they'll just keep the foot on the gas. It's working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's what they say.
Is it over for sure?
Okay, it's good. Okay,
아이스가 많이 물러 녹았다.
So they're going to go 2 on the same side, throwing it that high on purpose.
25.
Team Ha maybe going to draw around this one, or I would think you're going to draw around it to the 4-foot. The other shot is to bump it. I'm just going to draw in front of it. If I'm Team Skrlik, I hope you freeze on like half of this so they're hooked and I can go around that later and use it as a guard.
Yeah, unfortunately for Skrlik with that guard so high, and that's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's lined up right to the button. So I didn't get what I wanted as a Team Skrlik fan.
Yeah. Yeah, and you didn't with Jerry Lynn's first one either. It's maybe a little too dialed into that just over the hog line weight from last end, but it's not doing them many favors up there. So going for the double corner here.
마지막에 아플 수도.
I want to get this buried. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, nice shot there from Jerry Lynn. Former Scotty's silver medalist all the way back in 2012.
PEI, Aaron Carmody?
PEI, or 2010 rather, yeah.
Was it O'Rourke?
Yeah,
was it
Kathy O'Rourke, yeah.
Who was the 4th?
Aaron Carmody, and now that's a question, hey? Who was the 4th? Kathy O'Rourke skipping through 2nd, Jerry Lynn through 3rd, Aaron Carmody through last.
Maybe they played a 3. Were they the 1st? I don't.
Who was the lead? Robin
apologize.
McPhee? Can't be.
I don't think so. I apologize to whoever's, if you're listening, but I'm going to have to Google it.
I'm on it right now.
Nice.
I'm going to be mad probably when I see it.
Yeah, me too, probably.
Oh, no. I would have never... we could have been here all... Trisha Affleck.
Oh, yeah. I know Trisha. She's... Yeah. Okay.
Not me. We'd have been here all day.
A bit of a mess of yellows at the top that aren't super concerning for Team Skrlik yet. I'd want this come around to go where when I make a double on the top 12 to the top 8, that my red one's not in the way to catch it. So at least T-line.
Drawing around everything here is Ashton Skrlik.
Knife? Curl? No, it's close. Thanks. Really good sweep.
Nice sweep there from Fleming and Ramsey. And now we are actually going to see a peel here, Brent.
Whoa.
They did one last end too, so we're up to 2 peels now.
double goes close to that red one. Does it go under it? Can't tell from here, but I think this makes a lot of sense. You are up 5, hold them to 2 here.
So peel made, and we'll see what Skrlik decides to do with this mess of yellows if they go after it. Yeah, they're gonna go in. This may be a little early for you, Brent.
I'd like to use those as guards. Let's get around there, and even if it is lined up, at least you make them hit it, and then they might hook them, and you go around them again. You got one buried.
She doesn't mind board. What weight did you call? Like 13, like a light hack.
Not going to kill anything.
Any of these rocks.
Yeah, and with moving 3 of them, I'd almost be concerned I'm moving that yellow one like right onto the lid.
You are, and tell me a story here. Moving these around, how are they going to end up better than they are right now for you?
Well, I guess the only thing you're hoping is you're pushing that Yellowstone behind the T line.
Or an accidental pocket somehow, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like just the in-turn come around even to the back 12, and they're going to have to deal with that corner guard or follow you.
Yeah, I'd agree. This is really curling, though. This might end up doing really nothing for them if it doesn't catch those 2 back yellows. Oh, boy.
That's not bad. Yeah, okay.
She's not telling the truth there, John.
Yeah, you heard Kayla say that just maybe Ashton softed that one a little bit, and Team Hawk continuing to lie 3 here.
Yeah, that's a good call. Peel and get the side one maybe too. Pretty natural. No easy doubles like in staying on the yellows either, and they are lying 3, so I like this call a lot.
Yeah, this is one of those, if you make it, you'd probably see Kayla Skrlik's shoulders go. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh boy, we really can't get anything going here. Yeah.
Even just peel, and if you don't make it, where do they go next?
Yeah, it's not a great house for Skrlik right now. We'll see if Hirin can make this double. Peel the priority here.
Yes, whoa, yes, whoa.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yep. Really good from Hirin Kim there. Does roll to a corner, so that's maybe slightly positive for Skrlik, but really good shot from Hirin.
This is just a slow, painful process now, I think. This is the play. You got to get around the corner. They're going to try and hit and roll in. You need them to flash or hit and roll out. Then you go around again, but you got a problem. It's going to take you almost 3 shots to get rid of the middle 3.
Yeah, with the way those rocks ended up lined up, you almost don't even really have a double on the top ones.
Not to save your shooter, you don't.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, really tricky here, and doesn't look like Margot Fleming likes this one too much.
Never good when the thrower stands up right away.
And when they stand up with that kind of arrow-like posture.
Yeah, the quick pop.
Yeah, way too short.
Just soft. Yeah.
And again, softed it, and on slam ice, and maybe that's been a thing for Kayla Skrlik here. Her first slam, just not quite nailing that release. I was talking about that with Jordan McDonald's parents actually yesterday. I saw them after Jordan's game yesterday morning. They had a tough loss to Nicholas Adine, and it's weird because the slam ice is like you have to release it positive, but you also can't pop it. If you pop it, then you lose it and it stays straight, but you can't not be positive with the rotation. And it does just take a little bit to kind of master that.
You got to pop it, but you can't pop it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You got to throw it really good, and you have to have the weight right. Because you're not trying to make a lot of just hit and stays. You're trying to make a lot of really precise shots. Like you said, this is shoulder slumping season. Team Skrlik.
There's a triple right here.
Yeah, 5 of Haas rocks in play right now. Only 1 of Skrlik's, and it's not in the house. So that's not ideal.
If for Team Skrlik, is a deuce here enough to keep us going? Probably it is. So
yep.
I think this is a good call. Freeze, maybe they blast it out. Then you go, I don't know, around the stagger. It's not that staggered though.
Yeah, yeah, I think even, especially with the drag, there's probably nowhere you can hide it almost.
Just need a really, really big break here.
Yeah, and Ha has not been in the business of giving out breaks.
Well, they've been super impressive, and Team Skrlik hasn't been far off. It just hasn't been their day yet.
It looks up. Nice, nice.
So trying a freeze here with Margot Fleming second.
Nice, nice. Good shot. Really good.
Well, that's a nice throw there from Margot. Doesn't get shot, unfortunately. But perfect weight.
Try and blast it out of there. As long as you make contact, it should never be more than a deuce. There's only 2 rocks to come, and this one's not going to go anywhere where you can't get it out on your next one. Need some steam, though. Anything broom side with peel, and you should lie 3.
First rock for Sung Yoon Ha here in the 6th. Just trying to make the red disappear. That's quite a lot of weight. That's a nice throw. And it will move not out of the house, but far enough that Ha still lies 3. That was humming.
That had some pace, yeah.
Like that.
That was the full driver swing.
I think I'm starting to turn into a Sung Yoon Ha fan here pretty quick.
It's impressive, yeah. I don't think this team's going anywhere.
No, they lost the Korean national final last year to Eunji Kim, who, of course, longtime veteran, and was maybe a little surprising that Ha made it to the finals. They're all pretty fresh out of juniors, so definitely a team we're going to be hearing about for years to come.
You want the out? It's not really there with the. It's not there.
Triple to lie 2?
It's only there with the out. Wait. Like, yeah. Like you're going
I mean,
it's
into
it.
Probably there.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Across the face and
Yeah. Yeah, but well, if anything, do that, right? You can even nose it and
thicker than.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, nose it.
Yeah.
You're going to leave them lying 2 spread out if you nose it.
Yeah, nose is death.
It's like right here, though.
I think the triple's probably there.
Oh, yeah.
I think you move the top one at least far enough that you lie 2.
Half a rock?
Yeah. Kayla can also hum it. You'll be seeing this one come down pretty quick.
Yeah. It's thin, but there.
Needs to make some noise here, does Kayla Skrlik, looking for a triple. Fleming on this right away.
You're holding it.
It's close. And how about that from Kayla Skrlik? Lovely shot. Gets rid of all 3 and lies 2. Fantastic.
Eyeing up the double here. You got to risk flashing it to make this double.
Yeah, I think if you're Sung Yoon here, you giving up 2 is not the end of the world, but you'd prefer not to give up 3, that's for sure. Especially after how well you've played this end. I think she's going for it here, Langer.
She's eyed it up and lined it up. Feeling it. Sometimes confidence kills. I mean, up 3 with playing 7. Pretty good. Up 2 with playing 7. Also pretty good.
Yeah.
I guess it's a shot to win the game. She makes this, it'll be handshakes. She likes the look of it.
Yeah, last rock for Sung Yoon Ha, playing a very thin slash double here. Does she have it?
Sounds like it.
Sounds close. Do they move it far enough? Does it get out? Wow, what a shot from Sung Yoon Ha. Holy moly. Unbelievable.
Cue the Velcro.
Can we even blank?
Who cares? That's Sung Yoon Ha's attitude. Who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't
Really
matter.
tough slash double? I don't care. Phenomenal shot. What a game. What a game from the young skip from Chunchun.
We're probably drawing to go down 4.
Yeah, that's how the math
That's-
works,
yeah.
unfortunately.
But they're not good down 5. I mean, they're not good either way, for sure. Okay.
I don't think a blank helps you any more than taking one does. It's just a slow death.
I don't think we can stay down.
This death has been both slow and fast.
Yeah, it happened early.
yeah. It started to happen pretty early, and
Yeah.
it's continued on happening. As you said, Brent, they were considering the blank, but they're going to draw for one here, and we'll see if they elect to play after this one is made. Just needs full 12 here, does Kayla Skrlik with her last here in 6.
The fact they talked about it so much tells me they're probably going to play.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
It's all you. 5-3.
So a good sweep from Fleming and Skrlik. That will be in there for shot. They will put one on the board. It will be a 6-2 lead for Ha, and it does look like we are going to play 7, so we'll see you back here right after this.
There's a place where the world's best curling not only lives, it rocks. Download the new Grand Slam of Curling app and live stream all the action. Get exclusive content, stats, merch, and more. Let's rock.
When you've conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, we're your place. Come as you are and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mice. Eat locally, enjoy casual.
It has been all Sung Yoon Ha all the time here, and put maybe an exclamation point on this game with a phenomenal thin slash double with her last in 6, forcing Kayla Skrlik to 1. They're up 4 with the hammer. Brent Lang, give me the odds that Kayla Skrlik comes back to win this game.
0.
Okay.
0 point. We'll give her 0.5. I think that's too high, though. I don't blame them for playing a little bit. I mean, you could steal 2 twice, I guess, but the way that Team Ha is playing, it's got to feel highly, highly unlikely. I mean, they don't really have anything else to do today. There's only one game a day. So, but no, this is dire straits.
열하나는 괜찮아.
Yeah, not especially with the way Ha's been playing, you really just have to feel like there's no way back here if you're Kayla Skrlik.
Need 2 center guards. Got a good little miss there from Team Ha, and got one behind the T line already. So
여기랑 느낌이 달라 근데. 2번.
steal 2, steal 2, steal 1. Never say never.
갈때더 잘 가자. 내려가는 느낌이 달라.
Update in the game beside us, John. I didn't see. Team Laws gives up 4. Team Tabata takes 4 and 6.
Yeah.
Up 7-3. And just saw on social media that Team Anderson in 6 was forced to 1 because of the 2 blank rule. They blanked 5, and Coleman just had 1 in the house, and she had to draw for 1 and 6.
Correct. Yeah, it's really one of the first times we've seen the 2 blank rule come into effect in such a fashion. And yeah, that's a 5-2 lead for Rachel Homan, playing the 8th. Homan with, or sorry, Anderson with hammer, so needs to score 3 for the tie. And Team Vrano playing pretty well against Satsuki Fujisawa. They're sitting at 1-1, so a win here would be huge for them. They actually beat Sung Yoon Ha last night. Fujisawa has the hammer in that one. They're playing at 7. Of course, all the games available on Home Team Live, and the full house is available as well now if you want to watch all 4 games at the same time.
가자. 샷. 잘 봤다, 혜롬이.
11 반? 잘못된 것 같아.
근데 얇게 맞는 건 친구들 잘 나가긴 했어. 11판
Straight come around, only the single guard. Maybe throw this top 12 or just tight. Unfortunately, the last one slipped in the rings. They were able to chase it.
발차기도 넉넉히 찼어.
No, not Marcos. Keep going.
Dire Straits doesn't cover it any longer, John. We didn't have much of a chance, but
Line's good.
No.
5, 8.
because you can't play down 3 without, that's impossible. They'd have to literally fall down every shot almost. So keep making peels here. The most you're ever going to have to throw against on your last one is 2, and unless you flash, you're going to hold them to a steal 1, and this is going to put a W on the board for Team Ha. Got to make the peels though.
Yeah, good. Ooh, still gonna happen. It's amazing they're like faster. Yeah.
Peel made by Tae-Yong.
Just a 1.
Again, we will be back in just under 2 hours' time, 3:30 p.m. local. That's Eastern time, 12:30 p.m. Pacific. With some more men's action for you. We'll have Dropkin facing off against John Epping and Bruce Mowat facing off against Nicholas Sedin in our feature games. Hopefully you'll join us for those.
You don't have to.
Just for weight.
Okay, whoa. We don't want to leave a double peel. Okay.
It's a little deeper than they would have wanted that one from Ashton. We'll see Ha chase the double peel here.
I would give it a go as long as there's no jam on that side one. Otherwise, like I said, just a single peel. A steal of 1 here wins you the game, so.
How about that? There was a potential to jam on that yellow in the house, but
no way.
Tae-Yong hitting that one perfectly. And this is starting to look very dire for Kayla Skrlik. Almost no way to score now without some drastic misses from Ha.
Line's good. We have room. You can go if you need. We have room. You can't go. There's no bounce. Whoa, Jer. 4-3.
Trying the freeze here, Margot Fleming.
Jer. Good shot, Margot.
That's really nice. Margot Fleming's had a pretty good game, Brent. Just been maybe let down by a few line calls, but her weight's been there pretty much the whole game.
Yeah, they've really been, like I said, they've been close on almost everything, and just didn't capitalize. A couple unforced errors, a couple of missed line calls, and a Team Ha that's just been really solid up and down the lineup.
Erin Kim throwing the bullet here. Does it have enough to get the red out? Yes, it does. Does move that yellow one up now onto the button at least. So a freeze here would put you right on the pin, but you got to make it perfect.
A little bit more room. Where? Little ball right now. Nice.
This looks a little heavier than our last one, Brent.
Knife. We're already on it. We have to keep going. Knife.
Not going to freeze. There was a chance to freeze right on the button, but...
Good.
Yeah, just a hair heavy from Margot Fleming, and now it's really getting dire. If Hee-Rin can make both of these, you saw Sung Yoon talking about hitting and rolling in front of their yellow. I think I'd be tempted to get rid of both of them here.
Let's make that red one go away.
Shoot.
Big win.
This one though felt like a struggle.
I played poorly. Ashley played really well. I think I should play bad to play good. I don't know.
Jerry Lynn and Kayla now reviewing their performance this game.
On ice debrief.
Yeah, on ice debrief because they know it's already over.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah. So no trouble there for Hee-Rin Kim, and I don't really see any way that Kayla Skrlik scores without a huge miss from Sung Yoon Ha. Reminder as well, nice crowd out here today, but there will be tickets still available for this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can get tickets on Ticketmaster or by heading to thegrandslamofcurling.com. There was a glitch earlier on Ticketmaster this week where it was showing that weekend passes were sold out, but they are not. There is still a limited number available, so if you want to be with us for the whole weekend, see the best curling in the world here in Guelph, come on down and join us and head to thegrandslamofcurling.com.
Switching to the hit and roll. It's no longer behind the tee line, so...
Close. Yep. Whoa. No. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Roll.
Want that roll behind that rock in the 12-foot, but just didn't quite come off.
Team Skrlik's got to be one of the favorites heading into the Alberta Scotties, John.
No question, yeah, especially with Team Carey losing their spot. That opened the door for Team Sturmey to get a bye to the Scotties. They will be wild card 3 at the Scotties this year. They haven't actually had that great of a year on tour, though they did just win last week in Edmonton at the Crestwood. But yeah, they haven't had a great year, but the rule is that it's whoever was in the lead when last season ended got the wild card spot. And so with your wife's old squad losing that spot at that time, the next team down would have been Team Sturmey in the standings. So yeah, Team Skrlik, definitely that helps them be a favorite. There's a few good teams in Alberta, Team Silvernagel, Team Grey Withers, but I think a lot of people will be putting their money on Team Skrlik to get back to the Scotties. They've been once. Jerry Lynn has been twice, as we outlined earlier, but this exact team minus Margot has they made it to the Scotties in 2023. Margot, of course, has been at the Scotties 4 times with Kerry Galusha representing the Northwest Territories. So it'd be nice to see them back there if they can pull it off. I believe the provincials are coming up pretty quick here, end of January for the Alberta women.
Done after this shot anyway, so don't worry about it.
Somebody finally said it.
Yeah, it took them. It was probably the maximum amount of time.
You'll have this broom situation taken care of by the time provincials start?
Yeah, I've been in a lot of talks.
Me too, yeah.
I was on CBC Radio in Calgary this morning talking about it, and I think that's really going to...
Did you fix it?
Yeah, I fixed it. Yeah, okay. I think that's really going to change the balance. An 8-minute radio hit, I think, will solve all of the world's ills.
Well, I mean, selfishly, you want it to blow up even more. You need another podcast.
That's right. I'm out of ideas. I had just the one, so... Yeah, if I can make another podcast that's just also called Broomgate, that's real good for me.
Yeah, I mean, Godfather Part 2 is pretty good.
They loved it, yeah. Don't want a Part 3, though. They never liked that.
Freeze it on the corner, turn the lights out, tripper, slasher, do something.
Yeah, closing time here. I think I hear Semisonic playing in the background.
Takeout.
Yeah, I think they were trying to get to the nose of it and tap it back to maybe create a pocket, but you did hear Kayla say to Jerry Lynn it didn't really matter what they did. They were going to shake no matter what. So unless this rock picks, And Sung Yoon Ha misses it completely. This will be game over. And that will keep Ha's hopes alive.
Hey, we got snacks. Leftovers.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
fair.
Right.
That's fine. Brent has snacks and I don't. No
Right on
problem.
time.
So Sung Yoon Ha will play Caitlin Laws tomorrow morning to try and find their way into the playoff picture. Kayla Skrlik finishes off by playing Momoha Tabata.
괜찮아. 기다리면 돼. 라인 좋아. 기다리면 돼.
Last rock here for Sung Yoon Ha, and this is just a formality. This will hit and stick around, so it will be a 9-2 final, a phenomenal game for the team from South Korea. Really were in control the whole way through. They will improve to 1-2. Team Skrlik will fall to 0-3. We will be back here in about an hour and 45 minutes time with a couple games for you here on Home Team Live. Hopefully you'll join us for those. For Brent Lang and the whole team here at HTL, I've been John Cullen. Thanks for joining us. Have a great afternoon.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on,
Every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance, pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.